It's a new month, February. It's a nice picture, huh? And this is my daily reading from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Swami Satchidananda. It's February 1st, new month, and it's a short one. All right, here we go. So the topic is ultimate help. On a pilgrimage, you learn to depend on a higher source. You learn that you cannot depend on anything else for your safety or for your peaceful life. All other things, though they are around, can only help you to a certain extent. They are limited. The ultimate help comes from the God within. You learn that you cannot depend on anything else for your safety or for your peaceful life. All other things, though they are around, can only help you to a certain extent. They are limited. The ultimate helps from the God within. Well, first off, I really like the mention of the God, the ultimate help comes from the God within, in that it helps connect that idea of that personal relationship with whatever God means to everyone, to each of us. And that it's definitely more of a relationship within a more subtle inner part of our essence versus this outer expression of a being that's untouchable, unreachable. But it's actually something that's within each and every one of us. That higher source. And then just all of the things that are they're limited. It reminds me of that idea of seeking happiness, and that if we're constantly searching for happiness to be something that we get, that we pull from the outside and into ourselves to make us happy, that we'll forever be searching and seeking things to find that happiness, thinking that's the source of it. Because once that that thing is achieved, it seems to be part of our nature to then want more and to want to keep going to that source for ourselves to feel a certain way. Rather, what the Yoga Sutras say is that happiness is within, that peace is within, that God is peace. All these understandings that God, peace, love, happiness is something that's on the inside versus something that is we're trying to get on the outside, whether we're trying to buy it, we're trying to drink it, we're trying to vote for it, we're trying to, there's all these things that are causing our minds to forget that there's also an inside job here, inside relationship that also needs work. And I think a lot of times how I look at things, that the outside things are a microcosm, the outside things are a macrocosm of this microcosm experience. And within each of ourselves is this microcosm of the way that the entire world can operate and function. And if there's war inside of us, whether that's through digestive health problems or other ailments or diseases, it affects all parts of us, and it affects the way that we express ourselves, whether it's conscious or unconscious. So just coming back to that idea, though, that I like how it's reminding me that these things that I, even, I have this type of goal-oriented mind towards, where I want to get to with doing these readings, or my business, or my personal life. And there's a certain level to that, I am attached to what happens with those, and I do want them to go a certain way, because they do when certain positive things happen, I can't help but to feel like it it uh, it creates a positive energy in me, and then I express outwardly a positive energy. But I feel like it's more of a teacher than a final equation. I recognize that that's not how it ends, that I'm supposed to just keep thriving off of my goals and my ambitions as a way of sustenance. But they're teaching me to learn more and more about myself and my true nature, so that, as things shift and change, that things will fall away, as that's just what I've seen in the course of life. My great aunt who lived to be 102, um, certain things that were important to her at some point in life just started to fall away. They just were not that important. And I got to see um, the peace within her, that happiness within her, even though there were some parts of her life and things that were going on that she wasn't happy about. I could see that really um, she was able to tap into some place of serenity and calm. Even though I know some of the outward things in her life she wasn't happy about, there was also this sense of peace that I got to see. So, ultimate help. Yeah. And last thing, on a pilgrimage, you learn to depend on a higher source. I just thought of that idea of a pilgrimage and being on a journey. And sometimes you don't really know what's going to happen in the end uh, of the pilgrimage. You have some sense that there is like a spiritual awakening, or this deep sense of satisfaction. There is this sense that at the end there'll be this experience, that will uplift and unite. And again, I just feel like we do those in various ways all the time. We have these little pilgrimages in a daily basis and a weekly basis. Sometimes they're just us going to work. Me going to teach a yoga class, I think of it as walking to the studio. Um, just where can we look at these things just to orient differently to some of our habit ways. I feel like I'm starting to shift into a different topic. I'm going to not do that. So I'm going to leave it at that. All right. Thanks for tuning in. And I think that is it. Yeah. Happy February 1st. Good night.